And I haven't done it in a really long time, but the last time I did it, my husband was like,
Was he in the room? Was
yeah,
he like,
and
I'm uncomfortable?
Yeah, and I made the other person cry.
Wait, can you tell this story? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Dysfunctional Duo. Today we are dysfunctionaling. Sarah and I had a full conversation geeking out about video games off camera. And we will not be disclosing that conversation.
No, we will not.
You just had to be there. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, hey, look, we're friends first, then podcast hosts.
Yeah, you guys are secondary friends.
I don't even know you.
She doesn't even go here.
I don't even go here. No. Hi, welcome back. Happy Friday. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm actually not okay.
Oh no. Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
I'm so tired. I just finished my week of producing a show.
I was expecting the opposite. Man, I'm feeling great.
No. I mean, you'd think so, but no. It's exhausting. Doing things outside of the house is exhausting.
Okay, explain. Was it socializing that took you over the edge?
Here's the thing. Sarah, I think you might be able to relate a little bit to this because you were a drama dork back in high school.
What the fuck? I'm catching strays. We're not even 2 minutes in.
Welcome back to the Dysfunctional Duo. I loved everybody that I worked with my play. Hi, hello. I wrote a play and I got it produced in our local theater. Nice to meet you.
She's a screenplay writer.
I'm a screenplay writer. Add it to the resume. I loved everybody I worked with.
There's a but.
There's a however.
Okay.
No buts. We'll save that for sitting.
Okay.
However, drama people, and I mean this with peace and love.
I know where this is going.
Start the day at least 98.
Yeah, they start the day with cocaine, really.
Yes. A line of cocaine, smashing their head into a desk, ready to go. You know, to them, everything is sunshine and rainbows, even when it's not.
Yes.
I'm an introvert.
Yes.
Down boots. I feel like people don't really understand that I have extreme social anxiety.
That's crazy because you go out more than I do.
I do. My thing is I go out with people that I've known for years. So, like...
But it's the act of going out for me.
I don't mind going out. There's usually food out there.
Yeah, but then
that's
go
how you
home.
get me out of the house.
Yeah, get food and then go home with the food. I hardly eat out.
I mean, I try not to eat out either.
Skip the dishes and me are like this. I am a homebody through and through. I'm not introverted. Well, that's not true. I love me time. I love myself.
You're like an omnivert, I think.
Yeah, I can do exceptionally well in social spaces, but I hate leaving my house.
Yeah, you are very much like a homebody.
I'm such a homebody.
Like, you would be classified as an introvert, but if you put me and Sarah in, like, a group setting, Sarah's gonna be the one to, like, mask a lot easier than I will.
And but only because my parents, when I was younger, like, didn't let me get uncomfortable with crowds. Like, if I was in a crowd, they're like, go talk to everybody.
No.
And we'll be over here. Like, we're not even going to help, like, start the conversation for you. And I'd be like, I beg your pardon. And they're like, go. And I have siblings, but I am an only child person. Like,
yes.
I have only child syndrome. So that means that, like, I didn't have a buffer of a sibling to help me integrate into the world. I had to just, like, learn how to speak.
Yeah.
And, like, interact with people. So I'm good at getting to know people. And honestly, as I've gotten older, I've just stopped being uncomfortable with, like, fucking up. Like, if I have a stupid conversation with somebody, then I have a stupid conversation. I'll just get to know you, and it is... Yeah, I might never see you again. So your opinion of me, like, is going to be all of 5 seconds, and then we'll carry on with our lives.
But you're also I think naturally charismatic too. So I think people gravitate towards you. Even if you're saying dumb shit, you just come off as, like, pose and together, whether it's true or not. I think people just are more likely to like you IRL than me.
Okay.
I say things and people are like, I have
That
actually
is my
somewhere to be.
favorite thing about you. I think you're hilarious. Like, the things that you say, I'm like, I would have never been able to just, like, fathom that statement. Like, I wouldn't have been able to conceptualize that to anybody. But it's like, you're never wrong. Like, it's like, you're never wrong. Like, when you say something, I'm like, even though it might be out of pocket and, like, how it's delivered might be, like, for some people, a little too much. It's never too much for me. But I'm like, I don't disagree with anything you've just said.
I mean,
I love your honesty.
thank you. But again, it doesn't translate into the real world, especially when you're with drama people. I thought drama
Which is
people,
wild, because drama people are the kookiest of the kooks.
they're so kooky. Which again, I love that. But they were like, "Oh, Spencer, like you are the mother of this play. Like you wrote this. This is your universe." And I was like, "I am mother." And then they were dead silent. And I was like,
That's actually wild.
am I weird? Am I the weird one?
Am I too weird for the weirdos?
Am I too weird for the weirdos? It was kind of heartbreaking.
I am mother.
I am mother.
That's crazy, because, like, I remember being a theater kid and, like, sitting with a whole crowd of people singing Frozen, and, like, that was a good time for us. And, like, that's weird. Like, that... As full-grown teenagers going around singing Elsa, like, we're the star of the show. I wonder... I mean, there's eccentric theater kids, and then there's, like, musical theater kids. Like, there's variants of theater kids.
There are.
But at the same time, like, granted, listen, I did theater when I was a teenager. So I was hanging out with theater kids who were dabbling theater kids. Like, they weren't in the atmosphere of I'm theater at 25. So I don't know what that forms into as an adult.
Mental illness.
Well, yeah, obviously, but and like proclaimed mental illness. Like, I have mental illness. A lot of people don't say they have the mental illness. We all, in fact, do. But I don't know. Like, I feel like, dude, it's so hard to tell, because I feel like a theater kid still, but I also feel like I wouldn't be theater enough for the theater kids these days.
No, you wouldn't pass anymore. You have to, like, know really niche references to, like, hang, you know? They all speak in references. They all speak in niches.
It's musical theater memes, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Even, like, somebody made a comment that, like, one of the lines from my play sounded like, oh, I don't even fucking, like, Hamlet. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah. And then they started going off about it. And I was like, okay.
Hamlet's actually sick,
I love
though.
Ham.
Have you ever watched Hamlet?
No.
It's such a devastating story.
I never watched
Actually, maybe
it.
I do still have the chops.
She has it in her.
Maybe I
deep
still
down.
have it in me.
But you have to commit. If you're gonna be one of those people, you have to commit to the lifestyle of
I don't think you have
theater.
to commit to shit. I think you can be who you want to fucking be. Listen, I've had a revelation recently.
Oh, okay.
And it has changed me. Mm-hmm. It has made me a happier human being.
Congratulations.
Yeah. The lesson is just fucking do you. Like, and that sounds so basic.
Easier
like,
said than
okay,
done.
Sarah, congratulations. Do you? What? But, like,
But who is you?
whatever I want to be that day.
Wow. So if you just want to wake up and, like, I'm a cat.
Okay, well, I've never had that physical urge, and I think listen, mental health and self-ownership are two very different lines, although they stand very closely to each other. Like, make sure that you're not doing it for, like, mental statements, I think, is, like, an issue where you're like, I have ADHD and I'm just ADHD now. Like, no, you're not, girly pop.
I see.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about, like, the idea that, like, I can be a theater kid and I can also wear a suit. I don't have to pick, like, I say that.
Wait, what?
Well, like,
Wait, what's the correlation between theater kids
because theater
and
kids
suits?
don't wear suits.
Wait.
I meant, like, a pantsuit. Like,
Oh,
you can be
okay.
an office person and still be a theater kid or whatever. Like,
I
you don't
see.
have to
You can be
wear
goth.
shawls and
Yeah, okay.
and, like, I don't know what theater kids wear anymore. You know what I mean? Though.
Yes.
Like, you can literally just be you. Like, there doesn't need to be a requirement to fit a certain niche to say that you are a person that you feel that you are. Just, like, do the fucking thing. Like, we're on a spinning rock. all fucking speck of dust within like an exploded galaxy. Like it really quite literally is not that goddamn deep.
It's almost as if we're multifaceted.
But like people get so stuck on the you shouldn't wear that, or like that's like yesterday I had like this really so I have been following people on TikTok that like I've always followed, and they're like very like they wear like cottagecore clothes, and they're very like Stevie Nicks coded, and they wear like shawls and corsets and dresses, and like their vibe has always been something I've desired, but I've always been incredibly self-conscious about wearing those things in public.
Oh,
Because it's
really?
like no one wears those things in public.
Yeah.
You never find people in public wearing those. And as I've like started going through this process of like rediscovering myself after the ectopic pregnancy, like I had kind of realized that during the ectopic pregnancy, during like my grief of like realizing that my life wasn't going the direction that I had anticipated for myself, I like kind of lost, because I like when I became pregnant, I like leaned into I am mother.
Yeah.
So
she is your mother.
So it was like everything I'm doing has to feed towards I am mother. And in that process, I forgot that I'm also Sarah. And once I lost the pregnancy, I no longer was mother. And I also wasn't Sarah at that point, because I kind of forgot who she was.
Oh my God.
And so I had almost this like re-metamorphosis throughout my grief.
Yeah.
Where I started to realize like, okay, I'm Sarah, but I also can just like really rediscover who Sarah is. Now I have time to discover who she is. And because after you like have something like that happen where you like I was still early, but you experience like emotional death in that way.
Yeah.
Nothing really fucking matters.
Yeah.
Like nothing's really that deep after that.
Absolutely.
Like it my level to give a fuck has really decreased.
Yeah.
Like, or
you realize that we're all
yeah.
temporarily.
Like it's so not like there's things to be serious about, but it's like a handful of stuff.
Yeah.
It's really not that big of a deal. And so I started like leaning into doing things, and yesterday I wore the corset and this really beautiful dress, and I walked into a dispensary to get like a vape for like my wand cartridge. I walked in with a wand and like a satchel and a corset and a dress. I looked like I came out of Lord of the Rings when I went into this dispensary. And people were looking at me being like, what the? And I walked in and I was a little self-conscious. And then someone at the counter was like, I love your fucking vibe.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, thank you. And they're like, dude, like, you're rocking it. And like, you look so cute for summer. And then I showed them the wand and they're like, this is sick. Like, how did you find this? And I was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, okay, great. Have a good day. And I walked out and I felt so good about myself.
Yeah.
And not in a way that I was looking for validation, but I realized that like people who appreciate will appreciate, people who don't appreciate it. Like, it's your life, man. Like, you don't have to appreciate the things that you see around you, but ultimately what I'm doing is not hurting anybody and I'm enjoying it. So like, what's the issue?
I love that you brought this up. I've been feeling this too, especially nearing my 30s. And it starts with the wardrobe. It always starts with the wardrobe, where I look at my wardrobe because I don't have a closet. It's just like hanging on racks. You can see it in my stream.
I wake up and I stare at my wardrobe.
I wake up and I stare at my wardrobe and I look at it and I'm like, who is that? I hate it. I hate my wardrobe.
Yeah.
I hate my wardrobe because it's so basic. It's like any other fucking Jill, Bill, and like Susanna off the street could walk in and be like, that's my wardrobe too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, this isn't Spencer. And then it makes me think, like, who is Spencer? What is Spencer? Why is Spencer? How is Spencer?
Well, even like earlier I was, and it's too hot now, although I'm wearing a tracksuit. I have the AC on. Even earlier I was like putting on like colorful sweaters and wearing fun sweaters. It was because I wanted to, and a lot of people were like teasing me about it, but some people were like, I love it. Like, do more of that. And I was like, yeah, wear the things that make me happy. Because it's going to make me feel better throughout the day. And when I wear the clothes that I've been wearing lately, I feel prettier. I feel sexier.
Yeah.
I feel more feminine. I feel like I connect more into my femininity. Like, there's so much. My husband appreciates it. And obviously I'm not doing it for my husband, but like, for any women to scold women who are like, you shouldn't dress for your husband's sake. I love that goddamn man. And I want him if he finds me attractive in this, I want that desire with my husband. So I am gonna wear the fucking clothes that he enjoys on me,
Yeah.
and vice versa, as he does for me.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but also shut the fuck up. Like, what do you, like, have you not been in love and wanted to, like,
Yeah, right?
have your person love you to the fullest of who you are? Like,
Sometimes there's just
I've
those
never
sweatpants
understood
that, look really
that
good.
clout of women being like, you shouldn't dress for your husband, you shouldn't bake for your husband. And it's like, why? Because it has negative context behind it, because we believe that we can't be feminine, beautiful, and cook and also be equal parts in our relationship, and like all this, like there's that counteractive statement, and that always bothers me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it doesn't have to be one or the other.
I agree.
Ever. I can
We
do
swing
laundry
too far.
and still fucking throw a punch. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, I literally don't have to hide the fact that I can fold laundry and make a good goddamn sandwich and still be able to kick some fucking ass. Like,
Well, exactly. It's this idea that, like, I will do a load of laundry simply because I want to, not because I'm forced to.
Yeah.
It's my way of just, like, I am a, what's it called? Acts of service is usually one of my love languages.
I receive acts of services really well, and then because whatever you enjoy getting in love languages is how you provide. That's the hard thing about when you're in a relationship, right? Is
Yeah.
you have to learn what your other person's love language is to be able to give them the thing that makes them feel loved. Because what makes you feel loved isn't what's going to make them feel loved, but how we initially, when you're like learning your person, how you provide love is how you enjoy receiving love.
Yeah.
Right? Because you enjoy it. So you're like, if I enjoy it, then this person will probably enjoy it. That's not always the case, right? Like, if you enjoyed receiving gifts and I enjoyed acts of service, well, if you can give me gifts all day long, but it's not going to be perceived by me, but you fold my laundry once and all of a sudden I adore you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So if I understand that gifts are your thing, then I can give you gifts and all of a sudden it translates for you.
I do like gifts.
Are you a
won't
gift person?
I am a gift person.
I enjoy gifts. My husband, one of his acts of service that he gives me is gifts. So I lean into gifting him more intense. He's hard to gift for, but I am very intentional of like, and it doesn't even have to be like purchase things. It's just like giving him things is really important to me, because that's how he perceives love, because that's how he gives to me. But I'm an acts of service and probably like words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation are hard for me. I would rather come here and clean your fucking house than tell you straight to your face that I love you.
Not even that, like when my husband tells me I look beautiful, or that he loves me, or that he enjoys spending time with me, or that he's proud of me. Like those things, that tickles my
It tickles
heart.
you.
Yeah.
Tickles you silly.
Yeah. But acts of service, like if he cleans the house,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
getting laid. Like it's...
I mean, same. Oh my God. Honestly, make me a breakfast,
If
Mama.
if I
straight
smell
up.
cleaning products in the house, goddamn.
Yeah, as
Take your
soon as
pants
that
off.
lemon scented fucking Lysol hits my nose, clothes are off.
I'm naked.
Yeah. So, okay, going back to your like new discovery of who Sarah is, would you say that your inner self is like cottagecore, like Frodo Baggins down boots?
Whimsical.
Whimsical.
But also witchy.
I love a good witchy. You are a mystic.
Like Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Lace dresses, corsets, shawls, dusters, fucking braids, bows, that shit.
I love that. Can
Off
we do
the
an episode
shoulder.
where we go thrifting? Would you guys watch that?
That would be
Deadass.
sick.
You would. I know you guys. You'd watch us do anything.
You would. I love it, and I'm starting to like lean into that wardrobe. And again, and it's funny because those kind of clothing, the issue is like I used to be like, well, I'm too thick for that. Like I'm too chunky. My boobs are too big.
Totally get
and
that.
I'm too fat.
Yes.
But like it quite literally, first of all, corsets are lifesavers, because like you don't have to, you can just like tuck the girls in and like you'll pop out a little bit. For me, I think corsets for you would kind of like maybe kill you, because they might like suffocate you, because they would only come up. But for me, I can kind of tuck them into my armpits a little bit, and then they like go away.
Okay.
But I like the lace and the silk and like all that kind of stuff. Like if you get the loose fitting stuff, if you get like the peplum, like I've been buying a lot of stuff that's like it's lace, but then it like cuts under,
Like an empire?
kind of.
Okay.
And then I can eat a whole plate of food and like you won't know. And everything's all loose and flowy. And
Yes.
like, I don't know. I have started wearing more of that. And in the summertime, obviously, I think the summertime is when I can really lean into that clothing. And in the wintertime, I'll just be like, I was going to compare myself to the Cosby guy from the Cosby Show, but he's a bad person.
I was gonna say, please don't.
But like he wears all the funny kooky sweaters.
Yeah.
So like his wardrobe, not him as a person, but like his wardrobe with the kooky sweaters. I think I'm gonna be a sweater person.
You've always been a sweater person.
But in the summertime, like I like did a big shopping haul on Cider, and I got like all this lacy detailing clothing and like all this cute stuff. And I was like, fuck it, like who gives a shit? And it's funny because like I watch these people and on TikTok, and I'm sure they don't wear that all the time, like sweatpants and pajamas and all this stuff is probably in their repertoire as well. But some of these people are mothers and they just like wear what the fuck they want to wear. And I was like, I have so much respect for that, because it's really easy for you to like believe that now you fall into a category of a type of person that you can't still show and express yourself. Like you're a mom, so now you can't dress sexy.
You have to be like sweatshirts and leggings and Uggs for the rest of your life.
And show no cleavage.
No.
Like everything has to be turtlenecks, and because you're a mother and you have to have like decency, and it's like,
Or you can't be sexy as a mother because like heaven forbid you like push a fucking child out of you, and so you have a little bit of a tummy, but like you still want to wear like tight fitting clothes.
yeah,
Like do it, queen.
like again, it's the whole ideology of who really gives a shit. Like, if this is the hill we're dying on, that your opinion of me is what you think you can disapprove of, then we have bigger problems, because it quite literally is not that deep. I'm not going to matter in 50 years. So what's the problem?
Die a legend. You're immortal.
I hope I don't die a legend.
I'm going to die a legend.
I would like to die with no one really knowing who I was.
I want to be known by everybody.
God, that's awful.
No, because I don't want to live forever. But my name, mama, you'll see my name for life.
Yeah, but then people take your name and develop context around your name and who you were, but no one really knew who the fuck you.
I'm dead.
I want people who know me to know me.
I want to be known forever. But I don't want to live forever.
No, I don't want to live forever either. But the people who are at my funeral, I want them to have known who I was, not who they thought I was. I don't want them to be like, well, that was a really great person, and this is how I feel they were, and this is like, it's like the legends, right? Like people are like, wow, they were like this, this, and this, and it's like, you have no fucking clue who they were.
I mean,
you didn't know
absolutely,
them.
But
So,
I know I'm a bad bitch. You know me. There's videotape of me being a bad bitch.
Yeah, but they don't know you.
They know
I
me
know
enough.
you. To be loved is
Sarah's
to be loved is to be known, and I love you. She doesn't like words of affirmation.
I'll clean your house. Let me scrub your toilet quickly.
Mind you, I grew up in a home where I was told my parents were proud of me like 3 times a week.
My dad has never said that to me.
If I looked pretty, my parents would tell me. If I was doing well, they would tell me. Like hugs, kisses, conversation. My parents and I would sit and have conversations for hours about our life, about where we were at. Like the social awareness that my parents put into me at a really young age makes me not uncomfortable with telling people I'm proud of them or that I appreciate them. I tell people I appreciate them all the time.
I have a hard time with that.
Like people at work, I'll be like, I appreciate you. Like, thank you for doing this. I understand that this isn't convenient, so I appreciate you taking time to do this.
No, I was instilled to be a smartass. That's just how my
That's
family...
why you're funny.
I guess so. But like, I have such a hard time, even within like my relationship, to like say like, I love you. Because I never heard it as a kid. Nobody told me, hey, I love you. I am proud
Did your parents
of you.
ever show like affection?
No.
Physical affection?
No.
Oh.
Maybe a hug, but it's like one of those like side hugs.
So that was something that I always questioned growing up, because my parents were, and I think you can attest to this, my parents like loved each other.
Yes.
They still love each other. But like my parents would kiss and hug and call each other pet names and tease each other in front of us all the time.
Yeah.
So and they would fight and like make up in front of us.
Yeah.
So I got to see my parents' like relationship as a relationship, not just my parents as my parents.
Yes.
And when I would have friends come over, they would be weirded out by it. Like my dad would like go in and grab my mom to kiss her. Like kiss her, not like full on make out, but he's kissing her because he loves her. And if she came down and she looked beautiful, he'd be like, my God, like you're gorgeous. Like I still can't believe I married such a beautiful woman. Like he would say stuff to this, like to that degree to her, and not like in a way of like, oh my God, I can't believe I married. Like he meant it wholeheartedly because that's how he felt. And then my friends would be there and they'd be like, do your parents do that all the time? And I was like, yeah. And they'd be like, I've never seen my parents hold hands.
That's crazy.
And it was one of those things where like I felt like the freak because I was like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed. Like, what do you mean your parents don't hug and kiss and like show words of love, like share words of love to each other?
Yeah.
And then, so I was really embarrassed about it when I was younger. And then I was in like my mid-teens and I started realizing that like I was incredibly grateful for my parents for it because I understood what a relationship looked like on various levels because of it. Even like when they would fight, and they'd fight, like sometimes my parents would fight with each other, but it was like they were annoyed with each other, but they were also kind of like fucking with each other. Like they were kind of like, they weren't fully mad, they were teasing each other a little bit. Like one time my parents had a fight and my mom wanted to do something. My dad was like, that's stupid. That's stupid. We can do it better. And my mom's like, there is a method to my madness. And he's like, no, honey, it's just madness. And they were like fighting, but it was like funny.
Yeah.
Like I was giggling while I was watching it and they were kind of giggling too, but they were also kind of like fuck off like to each other. And I liked that. And then and then they would like, my dad would make a joke, she'd slap him. And like, it was stuff like that where I could understand like what a relationship could translate to for myself because I got to see it in so many different levels.
Yeah, absolutely. I struggle with that because I didn't have that growing up. I mean, my dad and my mom loved each other when she was still alive. And obviously she died. So like that put a skew into things.
Of course.
And then like my dad and my stepmom too, but like I don't think they're as affectionate IRL. And like I was too old at that point to really like connect to that. And even then, like, we're not an affectionate family, not in that way, you know? Like, they showed up to my play, and, like, I felt awkward. And then I cried at the end, because I was like, thank you so much for coming. And they all just stood there. It was, like...
No one hugged you?
No.
Oh, my God. I would have had my arms around you instantly.
Like, I had friends there that gave me, like, a bouquet of flowers, and, like, they hugged me, and, like, they were crying. And, like, that's my introduction. Like, my friends were my introduction. Even you were probably, like, my first introduction to, like, affection. That's why I'm, like, I'm not an affectionate person. I actually hate it. Which is something I'm trying to unlearn.
Which is funny, because you tell me you love me all the time. You do?
Yeah, because I'm trying to unlearn it. If you asked me, like, 10 years ago, I would not have said it to you. I'd been like, ditto.
Well, I think that I thought you maybe started doing it because I always said it to you.
Well, I'm trying, like, again, like, it's like I learn from other people's behavior. So, like, if you're affectionate to me, I'll try to be affectionate to you. It's not that I, like, don't mean it. It's just, like, I have a harder time.
Valid. And you're kind of, like, mirroring what you experience.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
You mirror it to me, so I can mirror it back. That's, like, even with Monty. Like, for the first little bit of the relationship, he's like, you're not very, like, hold my fucking hand, dude, you know? And I'm like, I don't, okay. And it wasn't that I didn't want to. It's just that, like, I had a hard time with the physical connection because I didn't grow up with it. I had no frame of reference, honestly, to, like, what it meant to be loved.
It feels weird. Are you a let go of the hug after 5 seconds person, or are you a lean into the hug 5 seconds in?
I'm a let go.
Oh.
I'm a let me fucking go.
Oh, I'm a lean in.
No, it depends on the moment, but for the most part.
Yeah, it does depend on the moment. But if I'm hugging you, if I know you in a place where I can hug you, I'm giving you a full-on hug. I'm not, like, half-assing that hug. If I do, it's because I don't like you. And it's a one-arm hug, and you'll know right quick that I don't like you as a person. And how dare you hug me, but I'll hug you back, because socially, I'm not going to reject your hug in a public place, like when we're surrounded by our friends and family or whatever. But if I'm hugging you, like one arm hugging you, like, you'll know I hate you. That's an indicator that I don't like the person that you are.
Oh, interesting. I don't give like physical signs that I don't like a person.
Oh, I don't have a poker face.
Mm.
If I hate you and hate is a strong word, but if I really don't like you as a person, you'll know right away.
I don't think I've ever seen you really interact with someone that you did not like.
Because I usually don't.
You just don't interact with those
I
people.
usually just am like, man, I'm not going to talk to you. And it's hard for me to not like a person, but there are people that I really don't like.
I believe that.
And right away, I'm like, if you come to me, I'm like, oh, God. Like, I'm not engaging. I just don't give them anything. Like, they'll be like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, good.
Okay.
Like, I don't engage. I don't give you what you're looking. But again, it takes a lot for me to not like a person. There's a difference between me like meeting a person and being like, they're kind of like not great, but like they come by it honestly, they mean well, like I get it. For me to not like you as a person, you have to know that what you're doing is wrong. Like you have to be manipulative, cruel. I hate self-absorbed people.
Yeah.
People who feel that they're entitled to anything because they're who they are drives me through a loop. If you even accentuate to me, insinuate to me that you think that you're that kind of person, I sniff that a mile away and I immediately am like, nope. And then if you encourage yourself to be in my space after I've discovered that about you and then you start like fucking with my shit, that's when I don't like you. And here's the other thing is like for me to not like a person, it's usually because you've hurt someone I care about.
Yeah, okay.
You've messed with someone I love and you've messed with their shit. I don't really care how you feel about me. I don't love people who are like that with me, but again, I don't really engage. It doesn't really drive home for me, but if you've hurt somebody or like messed with somebody's shit that I care about and like it's impacted them, game over, dude. And I will intentionally, well, that's not true. I've gotten way better. My husband has made me a lot kinder, a lot more gentle. But when I was younger, I was quite vicious with that stuff. And not like, not vindictive, but if you like tried to toe up with me on that stuff, if you like, if you were being mean to somebody I cared about and then you like made it look like, oh, I'm just doing my thing, I would right quick call you out on the things that made you uncomfortable. Like, and I wouldn't be like, go fuck yourself. I'd be like,
your dad's dead and he's never coming back and he never loved you.
do you ever be like, do you think that you can be mean to people because your mother never hugged you? That kind of stuff. That. Like, it's that stuff. I'm like, if we're gonna pull out people's dirty laundry to make yourself feel better, we're pulling out everybody's
You're
dirty
pulling
laundry.
out the whole load.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we're all exposing ourselves here. You don't get to expose other people and then not deal with your shit. So, and my parents were really good at teaching me this, but my friends call it this like radar, because when I meet people in groups, I can very quickly read a person and be like, you're a bad person. Like there's been times where I've been in friend groups and I've met people and I'm like, no. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, they're wonderful. They're so kind. And I'm like, no. Like, I'm telling you now, it's a no from me, dog. And then they'll be like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
And then 2 months will go by and they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I told you.
That's probably why you're very introverted in a way, is because you have a really good, like...
Oh, people just exhaust me.
That you have a good sense on people and, like, what they're doing and what they're up to. That it's, like, it's hard to fake it. It's hard to mask.
I just... If I meet you in person, I can very quickly understand if you're, like... Again, if somebody's kind of just, like, messing around, maybe making a bit of a mess, but, like, again, comes by it honestly. Like, it's not malicious. It's just kind of, like... oh, I'm sorry, I screwed things up, or I'm sorry I made people uncomfortable, or I'm sorry that I don't like people who lack empathy for others. It's really important to me that everyone shows empathy towards other people, even if you don't understand their situation and their experience. Understanding that they're having a human experience and being kind and considerate about that as much as you can. I'm not saying be a pushover, but like, don't go out of your way to make things harder for a person. If you do, but you didn't mean to, It's all good. It's all good. I'm cool with that. But if you know that they're having a hard time and you're doing it on purpose to make yourself feel better and you keep doing it, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go absolutely fuck yourself. And then that's when I'm like, okay, so we're insecure and we're going to talk about it. Like that's, and I haven't done it in a really long time, but the last time I did it, my husband was like,
was he in the room? Was he like, I'm uncomfortable?
Yeah, and I made the other person cry.
Wait, can you tell this story? As like,
no, it's mean. I was being mean.
I like that. As someone who is mean to show affection.
it was uncalled for.
Really?
But I was so.
You were just fed up with it?
Well, my husband had been getting bullied by this guy for like months.
Oh, I would have committed murder.
And like getting the hard jobs, being treated poorly. We had just really started dating. So it's been years since I've really done this.
She's a changed woman.
He made me softer. He made me kinder. He made me more empathetic to understand that even those people need a little bit of leeway. Okay. But I only have so much slack for those people. But he knew what he was doing, and he'd come into work. He'd have a bad day. Him and his wife were trying to get pregnant.
Okay.
And he would feel like shit because I think his wife would like express her discontent, and then she would take it out on him. He'd come into work and then shit on
cycle it. Okay.
And he kind of knew he was doing it, and then I had kind of called him out about it before, but not in a way that was like, hey, like, but I was like, hey, like, I know you're having a rough day, but like, you don't gotta take it out on people. Like, you know, I'm sorry that things are going the way that they are, blah, 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 blah. And then he kept doing it and kept doing it, and he kept digging in deeper and deeper and deeper. And then we were starting to date, and he was like, you know, he would want to get off work and he would want to spend time with me. We worked at the same place at the time. He was a chef and I was a waitress. And this was a back of house guy that he worked with. And he had told him he needed to stay longer. He needed to work some overtime because they were busy. And he was like, okay. He's like, can I just like ask like when I might get off so that I can like let Sarah know? And he was like, you know what? Like, you don't need to like your girlfriend doesn't need to like pull out the whip, okay? Like, are you whipped? Like, she can be patient, and you don't have to be such like a sucker for her. Like, damn. He like, and that's I'm calling it, I'm shortening what he said to him, but he basically called him whipped, and he was like, you're too much of a bitch for your girlfriend. Like, you need to like learn how to be a man, and like you can get off work when I tell you to get off work. Damn. So he came up to me and told me that he had said that, and I was like, and again, I'm being respectful to what he said to him because it wasn't very kind. Yes. And again, it had been months and months and months of this bullshit. And like I had tried to like give leeway, and I had seen it bothering him, like my husband or boyfriend at the time. And I was like, fuck, like I feel like you should say something. And we would go through these things back and forth, and he just wouldn't let go. And at this point, he became his whipping boy. Mm-hmm. And then I think he was grumpy, and he got frustrated at me about something. I had like accidentally missed something in the order, and I was like, hey, can we just add this side on? I apologize. And he's like, oh, so like you're not doing your job right now or well now because your boyfriend hasn't gotten off work yet. Like, don't worry, I'll let him come home when he's ready. Like, he was like, ew, he was pulling that shit. And I was like, you know what, listen, like I understand that your wife can't get pregnant and that you feel incompetent as a man, but you don't need to take it out on him because when you go home you get screamed at by your wife. How about you deal with that behind your closed door? And I left. And I might have said a little bit more stuff, but I was like, you know what? Like, I understand that your balls don't fucking work, but like, it's not my problem that you feel incompetent as a man. Like, it was that kind of shit. And I was like, and it would do well for you to treat the other guys around you properly because now they just think that you're a bit of a, like, I didn't call him a little bitch, but I kind of called him a little bitch. Okay. And then I left, and then I went to the back room to grab something, and I heard somebody crying in the bathroom, like full on crying. And then I left, and I came back like maybe 10 minutes later, and the head chef was talking to, he was the sous chef at the time, was talking to him, and he obviously had been crying. And I was like, oh shit. Oh, I hit a nerve. Like, yeah. And then my husband was like, you can't be doing that anymore. Like, you gotta not do that.
As much as he maybe deserved it, you sometimes it's better to bite your tongue.
But like, are you kidding me?
I'm kind of with you.
So it was one of those things where, again, it's like if you're gonna go Tim's sponsor us. This whole narrative is your thing, and I giggle at it every time you try to introduce it into the podcast. There should be a compilation about it in the future. Yeah, it was just one of those things where I was like, if we're gonna, this is the other thing, is I don't have patience to do the dance with you.
Yeah.
If you're intentionally a bad person, I want you out of my space as quickly as possible, and the best way to do that is make you fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about your problems, and then you won't want to be around me because it's too real, and then you leave me alone.
Did he ever leave you alone?
Oh yeah, we don't, like, we're not in each other's lives anymore because he's off living, and I think they were on after that. He was great with Leo.
See, sometimes it works.
After that, like, there was no issues, but and so we, like, were in each other's spaces because I was with Leo, and I think now he's living his life, like, we aren't connected, and here's the thing is he's an okay guy now, but it was one of those things where I was like, you can still be a good person and still know you're doing a bad thing and then keep doing the bad thing.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, that there's very few people that I've met in this world who are bad people and do bad things. 9 times out of 10, you're an okay person. You're just a human having experience, but you're doing a bad thing and you know you're doing a bad thing. Mm-hmm. And I'll call you out on that too. And this is why now, as I've gotten older, I'm gentler because I understand that most people are just humans having a human experience. And even though you know you're doing a not kind thing and you continue to do that not kind thing, once you have this idea that you need to change, you'll change and it'll be fine. So I try to be kinder. There are people I've met who are bad people.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever met like a bad people.
Oh, I've met a few bad people, but recently I met a bad person and they enjoy being a bad person. And again, they came into our fucking space. Like, that's the stuff that pisses me off, is like, you can be a bad person, go be a bad person, like, alone.
Yeah.
But if you come into my space and fuck up my shit and you're like, I'm going to be a bad person to them, nope, get out. And that's when I'm like, all right, like, listen, I might be an indoor cat now, but it doesn't mean I don't know my outdoor cat days. Like, we can very quickly expose the shit out of what you've got going on under the hood. And so with this person that I met recently, I pulled out those chops again. And I was like, I'm sick of it. And they were dangerous. Like, that person was dangerous to have around.
Oh my God. Did they respond well to you? Or were they like, I don't like you because you can see through my facade?
So they came into our space through my husband. Leo's such a kind, wonderful person. And that's the thing. This is the thing, is like, I know that he can, like, handle his own, carry himself. But, like, he shows a lot of patience for people, even when it's not deserved. Mm-hmm. And I have so much appreciation for him to be that person. But then there's been times where people consider that as, like, naivety, or naivete, I guess is how you would pronounce it, but it sounds so that sounds like condescending.
Yeah.
But they think that they take that kindness as weakness.
Yeah.
And so usually, and again, if I sense that you're not, and I won't even engage. He'll engage. And so usually they get in through him into our space.
Yeah.
And this was like a work relationship, I guess, between the two of them, and in a way that, like, he answered to this person and kind of thought that, like, he was going to get put under this person's wing. This person was going to help him progress through his career, blah, blah, blah. Turns out this person uses people under him as scapegoats when he makes bad choices.
Oh no.
And so he made a really bad choice, and after the advice of my husband to be like, maybe we shouldn't do this, he did it anyways, and then he used Leo as a scapegoat. And it turned everything on its head really quick. And so people were questioning his ability. And he worked hard to gain people's trust. He was kind and considerate to people. He was flexible. And all of it disappeared like that because Because of one person. And the stature to which they had in the place that they worked. And so, and again, we work together at the same place now again. And he was able to get out of the situation. He was able to regain the trust of other people. It was okay. Like, and again, at that point I didn't intervene because that was his experience to go through. That was his lesson to learn. I was there to support as best as I could, but he needed to do his thing.
Yes.
About 3 months ago. But at that point I was like, this person's dead to me. Like,
yeah.
And if I see this
it's on site.
And still, I think this person needs to be punched. And I would gladly take up that mantle. But like, this person needs to get
Put him
hit
in the ring.
nose. This person needs a good punch in the nose.
Yeah.
They've never like worked for anything. They're spoiled. They got a really good deal in life, and they think that because of that they're entitled to everything.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just can't stand that kind of person. Like and they like rinse, reuse, recycle like over and over to other people. And after a few months, the dust had settled. I was at a company event, and I knew they were there, was not going to engage. I had a few interactions with them prior to, so they knew of me, but they also like were closer to him than they were to me. And so I think they kind of were like, oh, like, I don't know a lot about her. And I was at a company event, and they saw me at the company event, and I was having a conversation with 2 other people, and they came to me while I was having a conversation with the 2 other people, like, interrupted the conversation, saw me and beeline to me.
Oh my God.
And I was
interrupted.
I saw them see me, and I looked away, and then they left the conversation that they were in to beeline to me. Oh, and I was like, please don't come here. Please don't come here. Like, God, get the fuck away from me. And I was having a conversation with 2 other people, interrupted the conversation to be like, hey, Sarah, how are you?
Ew.
It's been a long time. Like, where's your husband? I haven't seen him. Like, this kind of like egging on. And it was, in the way they were speaking to me was almost like, I almost cost your husband his job. Did you know that kind of bullshit? Like, it was that undertone.
Oh.
Like, he would say things.
Was he trying to get under your skin?
He's like, oh, it was really unfortunate that it didn't work out for him in that role. Like, little shit like that.
I would have immediately started spitting acid.
And I was being very polite and very kind. And then he had brought up, and also, he awful to waitresses. That's how you can tell if a person's a bad person, if they're mean to waitresses.
Yes, absolutely.
If you're mean to waitresses, you're probably a bad person.
I agree. 1,000%.
And right quick, like anytime I would go on a date with a person, I mean, I met my husband very young, but anytime I would go on a date with a person, if that guy was mean to waitresses, it was the last date we ever had. Mm-hmm. I knew immediately that you're not going to be considerate to me as a woman.
Yes.
And so anyways, beeline to me, made these like, again, like undercut, very corporate statements. And I was honestly being more polite than maybe I should have out the gate, because again, I was just like, have your dig. Like, he's not here if you want to gloat about how you managed to save your ass and use his as a shield. Go ahead. Like, I can take it. And it kept going and it kept going and it kept going. And then he was like, so you guys have been together for a really long time, hey?
What does he want?
And I was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, well, I heard that you guys met. Like, and it's been like, you've been together for 10 years. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, and then the other people are still there.
Yeah.
But they're trying to feed themselves into the conversation.
Yeah. Like, are they standing there like Sims now? Like,
well, and
I'm sorry.
And it was 2 guys that I was talking to, and they're a little socially awkward, but they were great guys.
Yeah.
And he would make statements to them that would make them feel stupid. Like, he would bring up like IRS and like stocks and stuff, and then be like, it's okay that you don't understand. Like, yeah.
Oh my God, this is sending me.
A bad person. And like would say things to make them feel stupid and that he was smarter. Like, and he uses big words and stuff like that. It's disgusting. And all the while not looking at them. All the while looking at me, having a conversation with them, but still like beelined on me.
Ew.
And again,
predatory.
I'd be like, and there was some like snacks. I was at the snack table, so I was just eating snacks and really not giving him much. And then he said to me, he was like, oh yeah, you guys have been together for a long time. And he was like, so what? Like, what's it been like? Like, he's looking for something. And I was like, oh man, I just think the world of him. Like, I think he's such a great guy. I've been so incredibly lucky to have him in my life in my 20s. Like, he's changed everything for me.
Yeah.
And I said that wholeheartedly because I love that.
you mean
I
it.
love that goddamn
Yes.
man. And like,
You wouldn't lie about that. You're a very genuine
and
person.
like, I always imagined who I wanted, and he surpassed all of that.
Yeah.
And so I will never shut up about how amazing he is and how he quite literally is. He's mine. Like, he's my heart.
Yeah.
I love that man, and I'll never stop loving him. I'll never stop loving you, bitch. So I said that wholeheartedly, and he kind of like chuckled. He's married, he has a kid, and he chuckled. And he was like, "Yeah, wait till you have kids. That'll go away."
He would say that.
And I was like, oh, like, I can understand that the spark changes when you bring, a child into your life. But if you like the person that you marry, you'll love your family because now you're creating a child that is of both you and your partner.
Yes.
And I said, but that's only if you like the person that you marry.
Did that shut him the fuck up?
So, well, he kind of like chuckled and he was like, oh yeah, I understand. He's like, but don't worry, you're young, you'll learn. And I was like, I don't think love is determined by age. I think it's determined by maturity and wisdom. But you know what? Some people just don't have it.
I wish I was there. I wish I was there so bad.
And
oh my god.
And then I was like, I'm going to go get a drink, and I left. And I left him with the two guys. Did you take your little nerds?
Oh.
No, I left him with the nerds, and then the nerds nerded out next to him, and then he couldn't leave that conversation because they wanted to talk about stocks.
Oh, they're like, I'm actually smarter than you think I am.
I let him pick up the shovel, dig himself a goddamn hole, and then left him without the ladder. I was like, oh, you're wanting to egg these guys on? Hey, did you know that these guys will not shut up about a conversation? And like, because they're very intelligent guys. They want to talk about those things. So the minute you introduce that you want to talk about this topic, even if it was smugly, they're not going to let you leave. But I can leave. So have fun.
Exactly. I would have taken my little posse
But
with
when
me,
I do stuff like that, I like to leave a seed. Like, when I'm really trying to undercut. Yeah. When I'm really trying to undercut, I'll just leave a seed in your brain. And then I'll leave. And you'll think about it. And then you'll forget about it. And then you'll remember it. And then you'll be like, fuck, why am I uncomfortable about that? And I want that stuff to sit for about 2 weeks.
He doesn't seem like the type of guy, though, that will, like, sit with that. He'll seem like the type to, like, put your face on a dartboard and plan revenge.
Here's the secret, though. Whether you're a bad person or not, and you try to be oblivious of that, right? Because if you're a bad person, you're usually going to pretend that you're not a bad person because it's uncomfortable to think that you are a bad person.
Of course.
The person inside you will remember that.
The little man.
There's a little piece inside of you that's not going to forget about that. It's not going to shut up about that statement. That's why, like, when you get angry at your boyfriend about saying something, you'll let it ruminate for 2 weeks and then you'll get angry. Even though you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, like, it doesn't bother me. Well, a week goes by and you sit. Here's the best thing about dealing with people like that. You want to give them something that they'll think about when they're not in a room with other people. Those people don't like being by themselves. Because why would you want to be with yourself if you're a bad person?
Oh, I was going to say, I love being by myself.
Yeah, but you enjoy the person that you are.
I do.
I love being by myself. I like who I am.
Yeah.
If you don't like who you are, if you don't like dealing with your shit, you won't like to be alone. You won't like to be alone. You'll try to fill every minute that you have of your life with other people because then you're distracted. So give them something that they'll think about when they're alone.
It's sad to think, though, that a person like that has children. I think that's what, like, breaks my heart.
That's really what breaks my heart, too, is that they raise people to be like that.
Yeah, because your environment really does shape you. I mean, we talked about it. Like, Sarah's a very affectionate person because she grew up in affection. I'm, like, talking to a brick wall with affection.
That's not true. You're mean to yourself. You're like, quite literally one of the funniest people I know, and I feel so grateful to, like, be around you because you make me funnier and you make me less serious and you bring joy into my life because of who you are. So you're not awkward, you're you, and, like, you've always been so wholeheartedly you in a way that I've never seen anybody else do, and you encourage me to be me because of it.
Again, I will scrub your toilets later. Promise.
Says
Thanks.
the person who also made the most beautiful maid of honor speech I've ever heard.
Writing is a lot easier for me to put my words into, like, the universe.
And like you cried when you gave that speech.
No, I was sweating out of my eyes. There's a complete difference.
No, you were full on crying,
I was
girly
not
pop.
crying.
You were crying. But like
Do you still
even
have the speech?
of course I do. It's in my little treasure box with all
That's
my
cute.
memories, and I'll keep that forever. My favorite part of your maid of honor speech was Spencer gave this really wonderful speech. Spencer's been a part of this relationship between me and my husband the entire time because Spencer was my first love. So she was the first one who ever came into my life that like was my person. And so when fun fact for anybody who's curious, I dated other guys before Leo, and every single one that I would introduce her to, she'd be like, no. Like, and quick, right quick. She'd be like, girl, please be for real here. Like,
yeah,
are you kidding me?
I roasted them behind
I
closed
literally went to the restaurant with you with this one guy I was dating, and sorry, Leo just sent me a picture of the cats. Oh, they're holding each other. And took her to the restaurant where the guy was. He was serving us at the table. He walked away, and she was like, no. And I was like, you haven't even met him. Like, you just had a 2-minute conversation with him. And she was like, Sarah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I
girl,
ripped into you for that one.
He's okay, but not for you. And that's the thing. Spencer had really good radar for the guys that, like, that's the only time my radar was ever not good was when I was, like, infatuated with somebody, even though they weren't good for me. But every guy, she was like, no. And then she met Leo, all of, like, we picked her up from her job. And then she got out of the car and she was like, yeah. And I was like, again, you've met him all of 2 minutes. Like, you don't even know the guy, but okay, sure, if you approve. So her speech started with, like, explaining what she wanted from my life and finding the person and all this kind of stuff. And then she ended the speech with being like, and before I end the speech, I'm going to sing a song. And howling in the crowd rose, and people were like, no fucking way. And then she was like, I'm just kidding. And that was my favorite part of your entire speech, was that you were like, I'm going to say something that's going to make you spiral for all of 10 seconds. And then I'm going to take it back. But it was so funny. And it was like, you made fun of kind of like the maid of honor things that do happen. I don't know. It was just like, that speech is you. And that's why I keep that speech, because that is my best friend.
I got a lot of compliments after my
so
maid of
good.
honor speech. I had like everybody.
You made the best man look like a chump.
I made him look like a doofus.
You made him look like a dummy compared
Anyone that had to go up after me quit.
Yeah.
They went home.
Yeah. Yeah. And even like we gave like a thank you speech at the end. Although my parents had a pretty good speech too.
They do. But I mean, those are parents. You know, your parents are just good at stuff like that.
That's true.
Because they forced you to do it.
Oh, my dad just spoke, and that's
he doesn't even need a speech. He can just go up in front of a mic.
I don't think he gave us, like, I don't think he had a speech. It was just like, go up and say something. And he was like, okay. And like a minute went in, and I was like, copy that. Everyone was, I think somebody came up to me and they were like, I don't even know your father. And I cried during his speech. And I was like, oh, okay, great. But your speech was my favorite speech that whole night.
Period.
It was so good. It's because it's you. And I just like, I've never met somebody like you, and I don't think I'll ever meet someone like you. I've met people who are similar to you, and I genuinely surround myself with those people, but I'll never meet someone like you ever again. And like, I don't know. I'm a person who believes that like the people we meet in our lives are meant to be in our lives, and we are connected. And I just like, I knew instantly that you were going to be a part of my life when I met you. Like, it was so easy with you.
It was. It still is, you know? Like,
it's never been hard, no.
20 years later, and I'm still like, oh, yeah. Like,
and I still love being
easy.
around you. Like, you and I have never gotten bored of each other.
No, we should.
We've known each other a really long time. You think at some point we literally started a podcast because we were like, hey, so every conversation we have is a wild one.
Yeah,
we could turn this into
tangents.
something. Well, obviously they know now, but it was one of those things where I was just like, yeah, I am so grateful to have you in my life, and I appreciate the person that you are.
Do you have dishes you want me to do?
Yes, I'm gonna need you to vacuum, scrub the floor. My mail needs to be picked up. That's how I know.
Can you file my toenails?
That's how I know if I need someone to do something for me. I'll just call you and compliment you with words, and then you'll be like, "I'll be there in 20 minutes."
Yeah, I got you. I live 40 minutes away. I'll be there in 10.
I'll pick up your dry cleaning right now.
Yeah.
I don't even know what this episode was, but it feels very wholesome.
I think so. I don't know. I blacked out
and then you learned how to fuck around and find out with a bad person. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, lesson learned. Don't fuck with Sarah.
I'm a kinder person now, so like, she's matured.
I think Sarah does better than most people at handling like adversity, especially with other people.
It's my parents. My parents taught me that. I don't know shit if it wasn't for my parents.
Honestly, I deal with things just with humor. Like, if I ever met that guy in real life, I would probably just laugh at me. Me and him would bond over making fun of me.
It's self-deprecative, but in its biggest form.
Basically.
What's up, loser? I am a loser.
Yeah.
Actually, though, that's how you steal people's magic.
Yeah.
Because, like, what doesn't hurt you, like, that has no effect.
Exactly.
So, like, you take the thing that they use and use it against them. It's genius, dude.
It is genius. It's how I've lived most of my life. It's how I've managed
It's an impeccable survival technique. I think continue to use it. But maybe learn to say I love you just a little bit more, okay?
We're working on it. I'm not dead yet.
Well, I hope this episode did something. We've really walked into this episode today with, like, no clue what we were going to talk about. But, like, every time this happens, we find something. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you guys prefer more of like the structured stuff versus like the tangent stuff that we do, let us know. If you like the balance that I think we've got down pretty decently. Also let us know. I'd just be curious. This is just my curiosity peaking. And as always, if you're new here, we are also on Spotify, TikTok, Instagram. I was going to say Snapchat. We are not on Snapchat.
You can get us on Snapchat.
And YouTube. I don't know if you found us on YouTube. Most of you do. But you can follow us on all our socials. We're at The Dysfunctional Duo or _ The Dysfunctional Duo. All our socials are in the description of this video below. So if you are curious, you can check that out. Do you have anything to say to the people?
No.
Fantastic.
No. Watch us on stream. Or Twitch.
Oh, yeah, we both stream. If you like video games, go check it out. But, hey, there's no pressure. And
we'll be streaming tonight. This comes out Friday.
We'll be streaming tonight. We're playing Backrooms.
So come watch that.
If you want to see me win a bet. And with that, have a great Friday. And we'll see you next week for a new episode.
Bye.
Ta-ta.